Hey guys, today we're going to show you how to remove the factory upper and lower on this Takeuchi TB290 and replace it with our Perry Company 1/2 inch polycarbonate. We're going to use snips to remove the zip ties. We're going to use a 13mm ratchet to remove 4 bolts from the frame. We're going to use a 13mm wrench to remove the mirror from the frame, and then a screwdriver, Phillips head screwdriver, will be used to remove this cable right here from the frame. Let's raise this up. We're going to remove the lower. And this is the Perry Company replacement lower. Slide that in here. Close this, and then we'll start to remove the frame from the unit. Using some snips, we're gonna cut all these zip ties around here. Okay, now that we have the glass over here on the table, we're going to remove the windshield wiper. We're going to cut the glass from the frame, and we're going to clean the frame up, and then we'll install our new poly along with the mechanical fastening system. What we're going to be using for the tools to remove the glass is a 10mm wrench for the windshield wiper, crescent wrench for the wiper as well, and then a cold knife to remove the glass from the frame. Okay guys, now we're going to install the Perry poly to the frame, and what you're going to want to do first is put the factory trim on there. Smooth is going to go to the outside, the ridge is going to go to the inside. You're going to measure 3/4 from the edge of the poly on both sides so you can even it up. Now we're going to put the wiper motor on. First, you're going to have to put your grommet from the factory window in here. Then you're going to put your silver plug in there, and then you'll line up your motor. Push that in, line everything up. Now that we have the motor mounted, we're going to install the mechanical fastening system. You'll have 6 brackets, 14 gauge powder coated steel. They're going to go here, 2 on the sides, 2 more up top, and then 1 up there. You're going to use your hardware, washer, and then nut. And you'll just walk around. And we'll just get these finger tight for now on all the brackets, and then we'll come back at the end and tighten everything up. Now that we have the windshield motor mounted and all the brackets mounted and put together, we're going to flip this and finish installing the outside of the windshield motor. So I've installed the steel washer on the outside, going to put the nut on, and we're going to use a crescent wrench to tighten it up. And then we'll put the wiper on. Plastic will go first, and then the wiper. There's your wiper. Now we're ready to install the door back into the cab unit on this Takeuchi. We'll lock that in place, and we'll put each one of these arms back into the frame. The other side. Now we'll tighten everything back up with a 13mm socket and ratchet. There's your door installed. Now we'll just button up the motor wire, and we'll be good from there. We're gonna put this back into the frame with the screws that we took out earlier using a Phillips screwdriver. Now that the cable is bolted into the frame, we're going to come back with zip ties and tighten up the slack of this back into the channel of the frame. Once we got all those in, we'll just come in and snip them off. Plug your motor back in. Now we're going to install the mirror back on the frame. Now your door is complete. Up, down, and you're good.